When Rubens left Antwerp in 1601 for Rome, he was a minor painter working in a late Mannerist idiom. By the time he left Rome in 1608, he was on his way to greatness. The starting gun had been fired on a meteoric career that would transform the language of Western art. The subject of this picture is St Sebastian, a soldier in the Praetorian Guard of Emperor Diocletian, but also a Christian. And when that was discovered, Diocletian ordered that he be shot to death by archers from his own regiment. Just look at the way in which Rubens has handled the white cloth sprinkled with the martyr's blood. Look at the quick-fire brushstrokes. It's got all the hallmarks of Rubens in the first flush of his maturity, a composition which emphasizes the tenderness of the relationship between the dazed martyr and the angel who so tenderly withdraws the arrow from his chest. And look at the way, too, in which the other angel is untying his legs. We know that Rubens painted a version of St Sebastian for his great Genoese patron, Ambrogio Spinola, defender of the Catholic faith, a mercenary soldier who fought the Protestant Dutch long and hard. I think Spinola must have really responded to this, because reading his letters from the long campaigns in Holland, we know that he himself felt something of a martyr, more than something of a martyr. And look at that great suit of armour next to the saint. That's surely meant to stand in for Spinola, the general himself. This is a wonderful, wonderful early work by Rubens at the height of his powers. Around a decade after painting his St Sebastian, Rubens played host to two leading Flemish painters in his Antwerp studio. One was Anthony van Dyck, the other was Jacob Jordaens. And between them, they must be counted, after Rubens, the two greatest artists of the Flemish Baroque. Jacob Jordaens painted this startlingly original Ecce Homo in around 1619-20, and it's a picture that's only recently come to light. It has the appearance of a sketch, but it is indeed a finished picture, a nocturne, one of the earliest really accomplished nocturnes in Jordaens' career. It's as if the figures have been perceived by the artist in the here and now of this moment. And interestingly, he's adjusted the composition as he worked. Originally, there were just three figures. And feeling that wasn't enough, he added the fourth figure to the right of the painting to complete it, to balance it. And what a contrast this image makes with Rubens's St Sebastian. Rubens is so classical, so statuesque, whereas Jordaens, it's all about real life, real characters snatched in the moment. These are people you can believe in. So there you have it, an early painting by Rubens, an early painting by Jordaens, both great works of art, and they're both in the same Old Master sale on the 5th of July.
What I find fascinating about Hogarth was that he actually started telling stories through a series of paintings. There's a narrative going on, and I think he was just way ahead of his time. He started something new, and he started this whole idea of satirical paintings, and I think he's sort of the father of it all. My name is Baroncelli. I'm Dutch. I've been in London for 40 years, and now I'm making art using historical broken ceramics. People give me things to restore, and so I started looking at these objects that are broken, and I started giving them a new narrative and a new story. I have so many inspirations in my work, and I don't focus on one thing in particular, but Hogarth is there always in the background. Taste in High Life has a lot of humor. There's so much crammed into one painting. You really need to read the painting. The first time I saw Hogarth's work was about 38 years ago, and that was during my first visit to the Soane Museum. When you go into the picture room and they open the cupboard doors in which the paintings sit, it was just magical. I was approached by the Soane Museum to create a work inspired by something from the collection, and I chose the Rake's Progress because I do like the story so much. I wanted to tell the Rake's Progress story in a different way that reflected my work, telling the story through 8 vases, but using my techniques of restoration and exploding ceramics as metaphors for each painting. I start with a perfect vase, and it ends up in all broken in fragments in a glass replica of the vase when he's in the madhouse. Not many happy endings in Hogarth's paintings. Taste in High Life is a very humorous painting, as opposed to the darker story of the Rake's Progress, but it's a sort of themes that Hogarth's addressed in a lot of his paintings, and it's really poking fun at people's fancy ways, especially clothing. It's set in a room, and the center character, the old lady in an extravagant gown, there is the gentleman to the right, all fancy dressed and bowing in front of her. There's another lady in the back with her dresses so big and so extravagant that it doesn't really fit in the room, and it rides up at the back. Then there's all little small references to gambling. She's also looking at this tea bowl as if it's the most important thing in the world. There's so much detail, and they all have meaning. They all tell stories. There's paintings in the background. They have a meaning. There's a monkey, which is sort of like exemplifies the foolishness of mankind. So it's all about riches and fripperies. I love his irony. I love his satire, and I like to slip things into my work like that as well. I think humor is very important.
When Rubens left Antwerp in 1601 for Rome, he was a minor painter working in a late Mannerist idiom. By the time he left Rome in 1608, he was on his way to greatness. The starting gun had been fired on a meteoric career that would transform the language of Western art. The subject of this picture is St Sebastian, a soldier in the Praetorian Guard of Emperor Diocletian, but also a Christian. And when that was discovered, Diocletian ordered that he be shot to death by archers from his own regiment. Just look at the way in which Rubens has handled the white cloth sprinkled with the martyr's blood. Look at the quick-fire brushstrokes. It's got all the hallmarks of Rubens in the first flush of his maturity. A composition which emphasizes the tenderness of the relationship between the dazed martyr and the angel who so tenderly withdraws the arrow from his chest. And look at the way, too, in which the other angel is untying his legs. We know that Rubens painted a version of St Sebastian for his great Genoese patron, Ambrogio Spinola, defender of the Catholic faith, a mercenary soldier who fought the Protestant Dutch long and hard. I think Spinola must have really responded to this, because reading his letters from the long campaigns in Holland. We know that he himself felt something of a martyr, more than something of a martyr. And look at that great suit of armour next to the saint. That's surely meant to stand in for Spinola the general himself. This is a wonderful, wonderful early work by Rubens at the height of his powers. Around a decade after painting his St Sebastian, Rubens played host to two leading Flemish painters in his Antwerp studio. One was Anthony van Dyck, the other was Jacob Jordaens. And between them, they must be counted, after Rubens, the two greatest artists of the Flemish Baroque. Jacob Jordaens painted this startlingly original Ecce Homo in around 1619-20, and it's a picture that's only recently come to light. It has the appearance of a sketch, but it is indeed a finished picture, a nocturne, one of the earliest really accomplished nocturnes in Jordaens' career. It's as if the figures have been perceived by the artist in the here and now of this moment. And interestingly, he's adjusted the composition as he worked. Originally, there were just 3 figures. And feeling that wasn't enough, he added the 4th figure to the right of the painting to complete it, to balance it. And what a contrast this image makes with Rubens' St Sebastian. The Rubens is so classical, so statuesque, whereas Jordaens, it's all about real life, real characters snatched in the moment. These are people you can believe in. So there you have it, an early painting by Rubens, an early painting by Jordaens, both great works of art, and they're both in the same Old Master sale on the 5th of July.
What I find fascinating about Hogarth was that he actually started telling stories through a series of paintings. There's a narrative going on, and I think he was just way ahead of his time. He started something new, and he started this whole idea of satirical paintings, and I think he's sort of the father of it all. My name is Bouke de Vries. I'm Dutch. I've been in London for 40 years, and now I'm making art using historical broken ceramics. People give me things to restore, and so I started looking at these objects that are broken, and I started giving them a new narrative and a new story. I have so many inspirations in my work, and I don't focus on one thing in particular, but Hogarth is there always in the background. Taste in High Life has a lot of humor. There's so much crammed into one painting. You really need to read a painting. The first time I saw Hogarth's works was about 38 years ago, and that was during my first visit to the Sohn Museum. When you go into the picture room and they open the cupboard doors in which the paintings sit, it was just magical. I was approached by the Sohn Museum to create a work inspired by something from the collection, and I chose the Rake's Progress because I do like the story so much. I wanted to tell the Rake's Progress story in a different way that reflected my work, telling the story through 8 vases, but using my techniques of restoration and exploding ceramics as metaphors for each painting. I start with a perfect vase, and it ends up in a all broken in fragments in a glass replica of the vase when he's in the madhouse. Not many happy endings in Hogarth's paintings. Taste in High Life is a very humorous painting as opposed to the darker story of the Rake's Progress, but it's a sort of themes that Hogarth's addressed in a lot of his paintings, and it's really poking fun at people's fancy ways, especially clothing. It's set in a room, and the center character, the old lady in an extravagant gown, there is the gentleman to the right, all fancy dressed and bowing in front of her. There's another lady in the back with her dresses so big and so extravagant that it doesn't really fit in the room, and it rides up at the back. Then there's all little small references to gambling. She's also looking at this tea bowl as if it's the most important thing in the world. There's so much detail, and they all have meaning. They all tell stories. There's paintings in the background. They have a meaning. There's a monkey, which is sort of like, exemplifies the foolishness of mankind. So it's all about riches and fripperies. I love his irony, I love his satire, and I like to slip things into my work like that as well. I think humor is very important.
When Rubens left Antwerp in 1601 for Rome, he was a minor painter working in a late Mannerist idiom. By the time he left Rome in 1608, he was on his way to greatness. The starting gun had been fired on a meteoric career that would transform the language of Western art. The subject of this picture is St Sebastian, a soldier in the Praetorian Guard of Emperor Diocletian, but also a Christian. And when that was discovered, Diocletian ordered that he be shot to death by archers from his own regiment. Just look at the way in which Rubens has handled the white cloth sprinkled with the martyr's blood. Look at the quick-fire brushstrokes. It's got all the hallmarks of Rubens in the first flush of his maturity. A composition which emphasizes the tenderness of the relationship between the dazed martyr and the angel who so tenderly withdraws the arrow from his chest. And look at the way, too, in which the other angel is untying his legs. We know that Rubens painted a version of St Sebastian for his great Genoese patron, Ambrogio Spinola, defender of the Catholic faith, a mercenary soldier who fought the Protestant Dutch long and hard. I think Spinola must have really responded to this, because reading his letters from the long campaigns in Holland, we know that he himself felt something of a martyr, more than something of a martyr. And look at that great suit of armour next to the saint. That's surely meant to stand in for Spinola the general himself. This is a wonderful, wonderful early work by Rubens at the height of his powers. Around a decade after painting his St Sebastian, Rubens played host to two leading Flemish painters in his Antwerp studio. One was Anthony van Dyck, the other was Jacob Jordaens. And between them, they must be counted, after Rubens, the two greatest artists of the Flemish Baroque. Jacob Jordaens painted this startlingly original Ecce Homo in around 1619-20, and it's a picture that's only recently come to light. It has the appearance of a sketch, but it is indeed a finished picture, a nocturne, one of the earliest really accomplished nocturnes in Jordaens' career. It's as if the figures have been perceived by the artist in the here and now of this moment. And interestingly, he's adjusted the composition as he worked. Originally, there were just 3 figures. And feeling that wasn't enough, he added the 4th figure to the right of the painting to complete it, to balance it. And what a contrast this image makes with Rubens's St Sebastian. Rubens is so classical, so statuesque, Whereas Jordan's, it's all about real life, real characters snatched in the moment. These are people you can believe in. So there you have it, an early painting by Rubens, an early painting by Jordan's, both great works of art, and they're both in the same Old Master sale on the 5th of July.
What I find fascinating about Hogarth was that he actually started telling stories through a series of paintings. There's a narrative going on, and I think he was just way ahead of his time. He started something new, and he started this whole idea of satirical paintings, and I think he's sort of the father of it all. My name is Bouke Friets. I'm Dutch. I've been in London for 40 years, and now I'm making art using historical broken ceramics. People give me things to restore, and so I started looking at these objects that are broken, and I started giving them a new narrative and a new story. I have so many inspirations in my work, and I don't focus on one thing in particular, but Hogarth is there always in the background. Taste in High Life has a lot of humor. There's so much crammed into one painting. You really need to read the painting. The first time I saw Hogarth's works was about 38 years ago, and that was during my first visit to the Sohn Museum. When you go into the picture room and they open the cupboard doors in which the paintings sit, it was just magical. I was approached by the Sohn Museum to create a work inspired by something from the collection, and I chose the Rake's Progress because I do like the story so much. I wanted to tell the Rake's Progress story in a different way that reflected my work, telling the story through 8 vases, but using my techniques of restoration and exploding ceramics as metaphors for each painting. I start with a perfect vase, and it ends up in all broken in fragments in a glass replica of the vase when he's in the madhouse. Not many happy endings in Hogarth's paintings. Taste in High Life is a very humorous painting, as opposed to the darker story of the Rake's Progress, but it's a sort of themes that Hogarth's addressed in a lot of his paintings, and it's really poking fun at people's fancy ways, especially clothing. It's set in a room, and the center character, the old lady, in an extravagant gown. There is the gentleman to the right, all fancy dressed and bowing in front of her. There's another lady in the back with her dresses so big and so extravagant that it doesn't really fit in the room, and it rides up at the back. Then there's all little small references to gambling. She's also looking at this tea bowl as if it's the most important thing in the world. There's so much detail, and they all have meaning. They all tell stories. There's paintings in the background. They have a meaning. There's a monkey, which is sort of like exemplifies the foolishness of mankind. So it's all about riches and fripperies. I love his irony. I love his satire, and I like to slip things into my work like that as well. I think humor is very important.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sotheby's for our summer Old Master Evenings painting sale. Welcome to all of you. And it is a great pleasure. I'm Harry Dalmany. I'm your auctioneer tonight. Before we start, I'm just going to read you the conditions of business. I'm sure you're all familiar, but let's hear it again. As noted in our conditions of business for buyers, everything is sold under the authenticity guarantee and on an as-is basis. Buyer's premium and overhead premium will be added to the hammer price of each lot offered, along with any applicable VAT or amount in lieu of VAT, as well as any applicable artist resale right royalty as part of the total purchase price payable. Please note further provenance research in relation to Lot 3 is continuing. Please refer to the online sale catalogue for further information regarding lots with guarantees and irrevocable bids, and please refer to our conditions of business for buyers for our full terms of sale. As the auctioneer, I may open the bidding on any lot by placing a bid on behalf of the seller and may further bid on behalf of the seller up to the amount of the reserve by placing responsive or consecutive bids for a lot, and the following lots have been withdrawn from this sale, lot number 30. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We start with lot number 1, the Son of De Pietro, the Virgin and Child, and we have interest here already, and I start the bidding on this lot, which is showing to you here. And I start the bidding at £160,000. 160, 160,000, 170,000, 170, 180,000. 180,000 is bid at 180,000. Next bid is 190. 180 I have. 190 is bid in the room. Thank you so much. 190, 200,000 against you, sir. 220 is bid. Now on my right at 220,000, that beats my book. 240 is bid. New place. 260 against you, sir. 280 then. 280. No more. Thank you so much. 280 I've got. 300,000 then, Eduardo's bid, or 300, 320's bid. I'm sorry the internet's coming in, I'll wait for you for a minute, but 320's against you, Eduardo. Would you like to bid 350? 320's the bid in the room. 340, why not? 360, sir? Nope. 340 we have. Do we have 360 online? We have 350. Well, I mean, if the online bidder's cutting his bids, what am I to do? 350 then, against you, Eduardo. 360, should we say? 360,000. It's against you online. Could I have 380 next? 360,000 is bid. Here on my right, by Eduardo Roberti, 380 is bid online. Online now at 380. At 380,000, still against the room, and still against Eduardo. At £380,000. Do we have 400? At 380 against you. No more from Eduardo. It's online at £380,000. All done then. Against the other telephone, 390. I'll take 390. I apologise to the denizen of the internet, but the next bid is now 400. 390 I have. It's with Eduardo at 390. Would you like to give 400, sir? Or madam? 400 is bid. It's online at 400. Is that it for you, Eduardo? Again. You're out again. 2 nights in a row. £400,000. I'm selling them on the internet at £400,000. Anybody else at 400,000? All done for £400,000. Sold for 400,000. Thank you very much. Lot number 1 at 400,000. Next we have lot number 2, the wonderful Siege of Carthage on the Cassoni panel, Florentine School. A restitution from the heirs of Ernst and Agatha Salmon. And we have interest starting here at 60,000, 60, 65, 70,000, 70's bid, 75, 80,000. 80 I have now at £80,000. At £80,000. 85, 90,000. 90,000 is bid. At 90,000. 90,000, 95, 100,000, 110 is bid. 110 against you. 110 is my bid. 110, 120 with Alex, 130 with my bidder. At 130,000. 140 online. Taken us both unawares. It's 150,000 back with Alex. You cleared my commissions at 160 now online. £160,000. 170 with Alex Bell at 170. Next bid's 180. 170,000 I have. 180's bid. It's online at £180,000. 180,000. Next bid's 190. 190's bid at 190,000. Still against you online. 200,000 now. At 200,000. Would you like to try 220, Alex? 210, we'll take 210. 210,000. 210,000. The Siege of Carthage was a long drawn-out affair. 220,000. 220 against you. 230. 220 is against you. Next bid is 230. 230's bid. 230,000. Back with Alex Bell, 240,000 online. 240,000. Next bid's 250. 240,000. 250,000. Still on the telephone at 250,000. Next bid's 260. It's against you online. 260 you've bid. Thank you very much. It's the online bidder now at 260. Shall we bid 270, Alex? 260,000. The bid is online. The underbidder is on the line. 270. Now back with Alex. Against you online, 280. It's bid at 280. At £280,000. 280,000. £280,000. Next bid is 290. 290 is bid at 290,000. 290. It's still against you online at 290,000. Selling to Alex Bell's bidder. Against the internet, 300,000 online at 300,000. At 300,000. Try one more. At £300,000. 300,000 for 300,000. It's now online at 300,000. Next bid, I'll take 310, but I must sell at £300,000 to the online bidder. 310,000 is bid. Back against you, I'm afraid, online at 310,000. The bid is with Alex. 320, should we say? At 310, 320 is bid. At 320,000. At 320,000. Bidding more? At 320,000. At 320,000. It's against you now, Alex. For £320,000. Final time. 320, 330, £330,000. Think of a siege as an investment, £330,000. Next bid's 340. It's against the online at 330,000. 340,000. 350,000. 350. Alex's bid at 350,000. Against you online and the room at 350. The bid is here on my right with Alex Bell at £350,000. Still against you online at 350,000. I'm selling 360. 360,000. Thank you very much. It's with you online and selling here at Sotheby's for 360,000. All done. Paddle 33. Thank you very much. Lot number 3, ladies and gentlemen, the Domenico Beccafumi, sold as viewed behind. Here it is, the wonderful Virgin and Child with St John, St Francis and St Catherine of Siena. And we will start the bidding here at 1,200,000, 1,200,000, 1,200,000, 1,200,000, 1,003,000, 1,003,000 is bid, 1,004,000, 1,004,000 I have, at 1,004,000, 1,005,000, 1,006,000 is bid, 1,006,000 is bid, 1,007,000, 1,008,000, 1,008,000 is bid, 1,009,000, 2 million, 2 million is bid, 2 million online, on the internet at 2 million, 2 million, 2 million 2, 2 million 2 is bid, 2 million 2, 2 million 4 now, 2 million 4 I have, 2 million 6, 2 million 7, on my right now at 2 million 7, Eduardo's bid, it's against you online at 2 million 7, next bid's 2 million 8, 2 million 7 I have, it's here on my right with Eduardo Roberti at 2 million 7, 2 million 8, now George Wachter's in, 2 million 8 we have, both on the telephones on the right, 2 million 8 against you, 2 million 9 is bid, Eduardo now at 2 million 9, at 2,900,000, at 2 million 9, 3 million, George's bid at 3 million, 3 I have, can I say 3 million 2, Eduardo? 3 million I have, 3 million 1, I'll take 3 1, 3,100,000, 3 million 2, back with George, 3,200,000. 3,300,000. Eduardo's bid. 3,000,003. 3,000,004. 3,000,004 is bid. It's on my right, George Wagner. 3,000,004, 3,000,005 now, back with Eduardo. 3,000,005 is the bid. 3,000,006. 3,600,000. 3,700,000 is bid at 3,700,000. Here on my right, at 3,700,000. 3,800,000. George is bid at 3,800,000. 3,800,000. Next bid is 3,900,000. 3,900,000 is bid. Now back with Eduardo at 3,900,000. 3,900,000. 4,000,000? 4,000,000 is bid. Thank you. £4,000,000. At £4,000,000. £4,000,000. 4,000,001. 4,100,000. 4,001. 4,002. 4,002 is bid. 4,200,000. At 4,002. Eduardo is out at 4,002. At 4,200,000. George is bid. Anybody else in the room at 4,002 or back with my online bidder who started the whole proceedings? It's still against you. It's with George Wagner at £4,200,000, and I'm selling, fair warning, all done, at 4,002,000. Paddle 21, thank you very much. Lot number 4 now is the Davide Ghirlandaio. It's showing on my right, and the bidding starts at 160,000, 160,000, 160, 170, 180's bid, 180's bid, 190, 200,000. Now at 200,000. Next bid's 220, 200 I have, at £200,000. Any advance on 200,000? At 200,000, 220's bid, 240 I have. On my commission against you online, not yours now at 240. Next bid's 260. 240 I have, but it's not yours now. It's selling on commission at 240,000. Next bid is 260. At 240, would you like to bid again? At 240,000, I'm selling then, here on my commission, against you online, 240,000. Fair warning, one more bid please, at 240,000, or I'll sell it here for £240,000. Fair warning, all done at 240. Sold. Paddle number 7. Lot number 5 now, the first of the 2 wonderful portraits from the collection of the Earl of Jersey. The first of these is the Earl of Essex, the second Earl of Essex by Sir William Seagar, showing here on my right. And we start the bidding here at 80,000, at £80,000, at 80,000. £80,000 is bid, 85,000 now, at 85,000. Next bid is 90, 85 we have, at £85,000. Next bid is 90, 90's bid, 90's bid, ladies bid at 90,000. Now at 90,000, next bid's 95. It's with the lady now at £90,000. Any more? With the lady here at 95,000. Against you, madam. 100,000. 100 I have. 100,000. At 100,000. Next bid's 110. 100,000 is bid. It's lady seated. 110. Thank you. 120 is bid. 120,000 in the room. At 120,000. 130. 140. 140 is bid. At 140,000. 150. 160,000. 160 is the bid. Against you, Julian, at 160. 170,000. Thank you so much, madam. 170,000 is with Mr. Gascoigne at 170,000. Fair warning then, at 170, the bid is here on my left. Anybody else? At 170,000, and I'm selling on Julian's telephone for 170,000, not online, not in the room, on the telephone at 170,000. Paddle 34, thank you very much. And now we come to lot number 6, shown here on my right, the portrait of Catherine Parr, the 6th of Henry VIII's Queens, attributed to Master John. And we start the bidding here at 500,000, 550, 650, 750, 850, 850,000 in the room. And selling at £850,000, 900,000, you place 950, 1 million, 1,000,001, against you, sir, 1,000,002, 1,000,003. Still against you, sir. 1,000,003 is the bid. Not yours now, sir. At 1,000,003, the bid's in the room. At 1,000,004, thank you. 1,000,004, 1,000,005. 1,000,005. 1,000,005. It's in the room at 1,000,005. 1,000,006. Thank you. Chloe's bid at 1,000,006. 1,000,007. Back in the room. 1,000,008. 1,000,009. 1,000,009. 2 million is bid. 2,1 if you like, sir. 2,000,001. 2,000,002. 2,000,002. 2,000,003. 2,000,003 is bid. 2,000,003 against you. 2,000,004. 2,000,005. 2,000,005 against you. 2,000,006. Thank you very much. 2,000,006 is the bid on my right. Against you in the room, bidder on the right, on the telephone, with Chloe Stead at 2,600,000. Next bid is 2,000,007. 2,000,006 I have. 2,000,007. Thank you, sir. 2,000,008. You've done that before. Thank you very much. 2,000,008. No more. At 2,000,008, then the bid is on the right. It's against you here on the telephones at 2,000,008. It's still against you in the room, sir. Sure. 2,000,008. Fair warning. At £2,800,000 and selling on my right against you here. 2,000,008. All done. Fair warning. Sold. 2,000,008. Thank you very much. To paddle number 18. Lot number 7. The master of the Baroncelli Portraits, the Pentecost, great work, sold as viewed on my left. And we start the bidding here at £5 million. £5 million. 5,002,000. 5,200,000. 5,400,000. 5,004,000. 5,600,000. 5,006,000. 5,800,000. 5,008,000. 6 million. 6 million's bid. 6 million I have now. 6 million. Next bid is 6,000,002. £6 million. At £6 million. Next bid is 6,000,002. At £6 million. Any advance on 6 million bidding? Did I hear a bidding? Thank you, 6,000,002. Thank you so much. It's on my left now at 6,200,000. At 6,000,002 then, on the telephone at 6,000,002. Next bid is 6,000,004. 6,200,000 I have. 6,000,004 now. 6,000,004 is bid. Against you, George. 6,600,000. 6,800,000. 6,008,000. 7 million. 7 I have. Now on my left at 7 million. At £7 million. At £7 million. George's bid at 7. I'll take 7 too if you like, but I have 7 bid already. On the telephone here at £7 million. Any advance then? At £7 million. Fair warning at £7 million. At £7 million, all done at 7 million. George, that's yours. Paddle 27. Thank you very much. Lot number 8. Shown in front of you, the Bartolomeo Schedoni, the Holy Family of the Infant St John the Baptist, and the bidding starts here at 70,000. 70's bid. 75, 80,000, 80 I have, and 50. 85,000. 85,000 is bid. 85 now. 90, 90 I have at 90,000. Next bid's 95. 90,000 pounds. At 90,000 pounds. 90,000 is the bid. At 90,000. Any advance on 90? At 90,000 pounds. All done. For £90,000 then, fair warning, at 90,000. Sold to paddle number 14 at 90,000. Lot number 9, the second of the Bartolomeo Schedonis, the rest on the flight into Egypt. And shown here, and we start the bidding at 350,000. At 350,000. 350. At 350,000. 380,000. At 380,000. 380, 400, 400,000 now. 400,000 is bid. 420,000. Now at 420,000. At 420,000. Next bid is 450. At 420,000 pounds. 420,000. At 420,000. Any more? At 420,000 pounds. Next bid's 450. 450's bid. 450,000. 450 then. 480. Now at 480,000. Any more at 480,000 pounds. At 480,000. Are you all done? Against you here at 480,000. Final time at 480. All done. Last chance. 480. Passed at 480. Lot number 10, the Jacob Jordans. Ecce Homo, showing here in front of me on the easel. And we start the bidding here at 300,000. At 300,000 pounds. At 300,000. 300,000 is bid. 320,000. At 320,000. 340,000. Now at 340,000. 360,000. 360 is the bid. At 360,000. 360. At 360,000. 380,000. Now at 380. At 380,000 pounds. Any more? 380,000 then. At 380,000, all done for 380. Passed at 380. Lot number 11 is the wonderful Rubens, St Sebastian tended by the angels, shown here on our behind our telephone desk. And please note this painting is displayed in a loan frame from Arnold Wiggins and Sons. Should you wish to purchase it, please contact a member of the Old Master Paintings department. Please note this lot will be taken to our Greenford Park warehouse after the sale, not as stated in the printed catalogue. The Rubens, here in its loan frame, and offered to you now at £3 million. At £3 million. At £3 million. £3 million is the opening bid. £3 million. Next bid is £3 million. £3 million I have. At £3 million. At £3 million. £3,100,000. At £3 million. Next bid is £3 million. £3,100,000. At £3 million. £3 million. £3 million is bid. £3 million. £3 million. £3 million is bid. £3 million. Now at £3 million. £3 million is bid. £3 million. £3 million we have. At £3 million. 3.8's bid. At £3,800,000. Next bid £3 million. At £3 million. £3 million. Now at £3 million. £4 million is bid. Now at £4 million. £4 million. £4 million. £4 million. £4 million is bid. On my left then. £4,200,000. At £4,200,000. Next bid's £4 million. Any advance on £4,200,000? Are you all done? At £4,200,000. The bids with George Gordon. All done then in the room. At £4,200,000. Final chance. Sold to paddle number 28. Thank you. Lot 12, the first of the flower pieces. The Ambrosius Boschart the Elder. There's still life here. And we start the bidding at £200,000. At £200,000. £200,000. At 200, 210, 210, 210, 220,000, 220,000, 230, 230,000. Next bid's 240 at 230,000, 230,000, at 230,000. More at 230, 230,000, 240,000. Now at 240, 240,000's bid, 250,000, at 250. 250,000, 260,000. 260,000 it is, 260,000. Any more? 260, 270,000. Now at 270. At 200, 280,000. At £280,000 for 280. Next bid's 290. At 280. Any more than it? 280 for £280,000. All done. 290. At 290. All done at 290. Against you. 290. Fair warning. All done at 290. Passed at 290. Lot number 13. Coming out to view is the George Flegel. And we start the bidding here at £80,000. At 80,000. £80,000. At 80. 85,000. 85,000's bid. At £85,000. 85, 90,000, 90,000 then, 95,000, 100,000, 100,000, 110,000, 110,000. At 110,000, next bid's 120. At 110,000, any more then? At £110,000. Are you all done? At 110. 110,000 it is. Next bid's 120. At 110,000, not yours here, 110. All done against you online as well at 110,000. Passed at 110. Lot number 14 then. The Visit to the Farm. Bruegel the Younger. And the bidding starts at 150,000, at 150,000, 150, 150,000, 160,000, 160,000. Any advance on 160? 160,000, 170, 180, sir, against you. 190, 200, 210, 220, 220, 230, 240 against you. 250 is your bid, sir. At 250,000, here on my right. 260, new place. 270. 270 it is, in the room, on the aisle. 280 then. 280's bid. 290. In the room at 290. Against you, Chloe, at 290,000. 300,000. 320, can I say? Thank you, sir. 320. Next bid, 340. 320 I have in the room. 340. 360, sir. Thank you so much. 360's bid. Bid is in the room at 360. 380. Is that a bid? You pointed at your ear. I'm unaware of what pointing at your ear means. Well, I will, because Chloe's pointing at her ear. 370 against you, sir. Can I take 380, sir? You don't need to point at anything. 380. Georgie, it's you against you at 380. At 380. 390 if you like. I know you like the odd numbers. Chloe, are you out? Yes, you are. 390 from Georgina. It's at 390, so it's against you. 400, shall we say? 400, thank you so much. Can we go back to 420, Georgie? We have 400. It's bid in the room. Chloe's ear is out. 400 against you. 420, should we say? It's in the room against you. £400,000. Next bid's 420. Selling it here in the room at 400,000. Any more? 400,000. Bid is in the room at 400,000. Selling then in the room at no more. Thank you so much. It's yours, sir, at 400,000. Cleared the other bidders at £400,000, and it's yours, sir. Thank you so much. Your paddle is 509. Thank you for your patience. Lot number 15 then. Sale room notice. Please note that this painting is catalogued as Jan Bruegel the Younger, not as stated in the printed catalogue. And please also note the painting is displayed in a frame lent from Arnold Wiggins and Sons. Should you wish to purchase it, please contact a member of the Old Master Paintings Department. Please note the revised estimate, and we start the bidding here at 60,000, at 60,000, at 65, 70,000, 75, 80 if you like, sir. 75 against you. 80,000. It's in the room at 80. At £80,000. Any advance on 80? Bidder is in the room at 80,000, clears my commissions and nothing online, and it's yours in the room, sir, at 80,000 against the telephones. And this room, selling here on my left, at £80,000. Any advance on £80,000? All done? Yours, sir, paddle 58. Can I just see the paddle? It's 585, thank you. It's frightfully bad luck to remember the paddle before you bought the lot. But thank you for that number. Lot number 16 now. We move on to the Balthazar van der Ast. The still life with the 1 Lee Crack porcelain dish. And then we start the bidding here at 70,000. At 70,000, 75, 80,000 bid. At £80,000. At 80,000. Next bid's 85. 80,000, 85, 90,000. 90 we have, 95. 95, 100,000, 100,000. At 100,000. Next bid's 110. 100,000 is bid on commission. At 100,000. Any advance on 100? At 100,000. At £100,000. Any further bids? At £100,000. Selling then here to my commission bidder for 100,000 against the room. Are you all done? At £100,000. 100,000. Paddle number 15. Lot number 17 is the Anthony Claes. The still life with the glass vase coming out for you now. And the bidding starts here at £100,000. At £100,000. Next bid's 110. £100,000. At £100,000. 110,000. 110,000. At 110,000. 120,000. 120,000. At 120. 120,000. Next bid's 130. At £120,000. Any advance on 120? At at £120,000. At 120,000. 130. 130,000. At 130,000. 140. Now at 140,000. 140,000 it is. Next bid's 150. Gets you here at £140,000, all done in the room at 140,000. Passed at 140. Lot 18 is the Jacob von Holstunk, still life with grapes, apricots and plums. Out here for you. And our bidding starts at 100,000. £100,000. Next bid's 110. £100,000 I have. At 100,000. At 100,000. 100,000. £100,000 it is. At 100,000. Any advance on 100. 100,000. 110,000. 110 is bid. 120,000. 120. 120 now. 130. 130. 140. 140,000. Next bid's 150. At 140,000. Any more then? At £140,000. All done at 140,000. Fair warning for £140,000. Passed at 140. Lot 19 is the portrait of Monsignor Cristoforo Segni. It's shown on the wall as you came in, the Velázquez and the Pietro Martiri Neri. And we start the bidding here at 2,600,000. I'm just going to have a sip of water if you don't mind. Thank you so much. The Velázquez, and we're starting the bidding here at 2,500,000. 2,500,000, 2,600,000, 2,600,000 is bid. 2,600,000, 27, 28, 28, 29, 2,900,000 is bid. 3 million is bid. Alex Bell at 3 million. At £3 million. £3 million one is next. £3 million is bid. On my right at £3 million. At £3 million. Next bid £3 million one. At £3 million. Any advance on £3 million? £3 million for this striking portrait. At £3 million. On my right then with Alex Bell's bidder at £3 million. Next bid is £3 million one. £3 million is bid. It's bid here and selling on my right at £3 million. Any advance on £3 million? At £3 million. £3 million. At £3 million. All done. Fair warning. At £3 million I sell here on my right to Alex Bell's bidder at £3 million. Fair warning. Sold. Paddle 32. Thank you very much. Lot 20 is the Govert Flink, the portrait of an old woman. Here it is, and we start the bidding here at 200,000. At £200,000. At 200,000. 200,000 is bid. Next bid's 210. 200,000 I have. At £200,000. At 200. 210,000. 210,000 now. At 210,000. 220,000. At 220,000. At 220,000. 220's bid. 230,000. Now at 230. 230,000. At 230. 230,000. 240,000. At 240,000. £240,000. Next bid's 250. At 240,000. Any advance on 240? At £240,000. Fair warning for 240,000. All done at 240. Pass at 240. Lot number 21 then. Showing here is Gabriel Metsu's maid cleaning fish outside the house. And the bidding starts on this at 150,000. At 150,000. At 150. £150,000. Next bid's 160. 150,000. 160, thank you. Christopher Apostle at 160. 160,000. Next bid's 170. 170's bid in the room and online. It's against you on both fronts. 170 is the bidder seated in the room. 180 is on the telephone. 190 is seated in the room. At 190, it's selling in the room. It's against you online. It's 200,000. 220 is bid. 220,000 against you, Christopher, and also against you online. 220,000 is the bid in the room. At 220,000. 240,000. 260,000. 260 is bid. Against you now, Chris, also against you online at 260. At 260,000. At 280,000. No more. 290 if you like, sir. No. Yes, 290. 290 is bid. It's in the room at 290. Against you, Chris, at 290. 300,000. I'm sorry, sir. I offered you false hope, but it was rotten fish. 300,000. At 300,000 pounds. All done at 300,000. Still against you online. At 300,000 pounds. At 300 then on the telephone against you in the room, selling for 300,000. Yours at paddle number 2. Thank you very much, Christopher. Lot number 22 is the Franzmann Miris the Elder, the young woman searching for fleas by candlelight. And the bidding starts here at £200,000. At £200,000. At £200,000. At £200,000. Next bid's 220. £200,000 is bid. At 200,000 now. 200,000. Any more? 200,000. 220. 220 is bid. Now at 220. 220,000. At £220,000. Next bid's 240. At 220,000. 240,000. At 240 now. 240,000. At 240,000. 260,000. 260 then. Next bid is 280. 260 is the bid. At £260,000. Any advance on 260 against you all here at £260,000. Fair warning at 260,000. Last chance at 260,000. Passed at 260. Lot number 23 is the Isaac van Ostade, the peasants dancing, carousing outside a village inn. And the bidding starts here at £60,000. At 60,000, 65,000, 65,000. At 65,000, 70,000, 70,000 now, 75,000, 80,000, now 80,000. At 80,000, 85,000, 85,000 it is. Next bid's 90. At £85,000. At 85,000. 90's next. 85 we are at £85,000. Sure? At 85,000 then. Fair warning. For £85,000. Passed. 85,000. Lot 24 is the William Calf. Still life with a Nautilus Cup. Coming out to you now. Property from the family of Emile Wolfe, and at £200,000 to start it. 200,000. At 200,000. At 200,000. At £200,000. 200,000 pounds. At 220,000. At 220,000. At 220,000. 240,000. At 240,000. At 240. Next bid's 260. 240,000. At 240,000. 240,000. At £240,000, 260,000. Now at 260, 260,000. 260,000, 280,000. At £280,000. Any advance on 280? At £280,000. Are you all done then? At 280,000. Fair warning. At £280,000. Past 280. Lot 25. Coming in is the Jacob Isaac van Ruysdael, the wooded landscape with the stream and the group of trees from the Tylene Schoeman collection. And the bidding starts on this lot at £80,000. At 80,000. 80,000. At 80,000. 90,000. 90,000. At £90,000. Do I have 100,000? At £90,000. At 90,000. At 1-2, can I say? 1-2, thank you. As in 120. Not 1.2 million. You sure, David? I think you are. I think we all are. £120,000 is bid. It's on my left with David Pollock. £120,000. At £120,000 and selling on my left. Here on the telephone at £120,000. At £120,000. Any advance on £120,000. At £120,000. For £120,000. Next bid's £130,000. At £120,000. Against you online, selling on the telephone for £130,000. Are you all done for £120,000? Last chance at 120. Paddle number L0035, thank you so much. Lot 26 is coming out now, the Jan van der Capelle, the Calm Sea, from the private collection, and starting the bidding here at £500,000. At £500,000. £500,000 is bid. £550,000 now. At £550,000. Next bid 6. At £550,000. Do I have 600? 600's bid. At £600,000 now. 650's next. At 600. Sure? 650 then. At £650,000. I'll take 700 next. At 650,000. At 700,000. Now at 700,000. At 700,000. Next bid 750. At £700,000. At £700,000. Against you here at 700. Any more then? At £700,000. Against you online at 700,000. Are you all done? At 700,000. Fair warning for 700,000. Passed at 700. Lot 27 is the Nicholas van Vierendal. Here it is, the Still Life of Flowers. And we start the bidding here at £60,000. At 60,000. 60,000. At 60,000. 65. 70,000. 70's bid. At 70,000. 75. 80,000. 85 against you, sir. 90, may I say? 90's bid. In the room now at 90,000. Next bid's 95. At 95 is bid. New place. £100,000. I'll come back to you, sir. I will not leave you lagging. It's 100 against you, sir. Do you want to bid 110? 110 is bid. Still against you as well, sir. 110 I have against you, Eduardo. The bid is in the room. 120,000. 120,000. Sir, you have priority. 130,000. I'll take the bidders in the room. I'll come to the telephones. 130,000. It's against you, sir. Would you like to bid 140? 130 is the bid here. At 130,000, I can come back to you if you like. 140, Calvin's bid at 140. Against you, sir. 150's bid. 150, Calvin, not yours now. 150 is the bidder in the room. At 150,000. 150. It's in the room at 150. 160. 160's bid. Is he coming back? It's against you, sir. 160. 170 in a new place if you've given up. 170. OK, I've got 3 bidders in the room. This is a very exciting red letter day. 170,000, 180,000. One against you, sir. 190. Can I get 200? 200,000. 200,000. Thank you. 210 if you like, sir. Nope. 200,000 is bid. Now I'll come back to the telephones as if to prove that presence is its own reward. 220,000. Against you, sir. No more. Thank you so much. Calvin's bid at 220. All right? It's still against you, sir, at 220. Would you like to come back in? No more. And still against you, sir, at 220. No more then. At 220, the bid's on the telephone. Finally, they have a use. At £220,000 and against you on the right as well, and selling at 220 on Calvin's telephone against my bidders in the room at 220,000 for the final time against you all at £220,000. Thank you so much. Paddle number 16. Now, lot number 28, the Antonio Ioli, London, the view from the River Thames with St Paul's Cathedral. And I'm offered 130,000 to start. 130,000, 130, 140, 140's bid, 150, 150,000, 160, 170. Against you, sir. 170 is my bid. 180 if you like. 180's bid. 190 I have. 200 if you like. 200,000, thank you very much. 220,000 online. Against you, sir. No more. 220 is my bidder online. At 220,000. Online at 220. 240, new place. At 240,000. Against you online. At 240. 260,000. No more. At 260, then the bidder is online and selling against the telephones, against the room, selling online at 260,000. Still against you, sir, and you at 260. Paddle number 16. Thank you very much. Lot number 29. And the Canalettos, pair of Canalettos here. And we start the bidding on them at 1 million, 1 million, 1 million pounds, 1 million 1, 1 million 1, 1 million 2, 1 million 2 is bid, 1 million 3, 1 million 3 I have, 1 million 3, 1 million 4, 1 million 4 now, 1 million 5, 1 million 5 is bid, 1 million 6, 1 million 7, on my right at 1 million 7, next bid's 1 million 8, 1 million 7 is bid on the telephone at 1 million 7, at 1 million 700,000, next bid's 1 million 8, at 1,700,000 pounds. The bid is with Eduardo Roberti at 1,000,007. Next bid's 1,000,008. 1,000,007 I have. Bid here on my right at 1,700,000. At 1,000,007. Any advance on 1,700,000 pounds? At 1,000,007. Bidding, sir? It's against you. It's on the telephone here with Eduardo Roberti at 1,700,000. Next bid's 1,000,008. At 1,700,000 pounds. Any more at 1,000,007. Are you all done? I'm selling then here on the telephone. On my right at 1,000,007. Fair warning, all done at 1,000,007. 1,700,000. Panel number 5. Thank you. Lot number 30 is withdrawn, which means we move on to lot number 31, the Jacopo Amigoni of Bathsheba at her bath, which is shown on my left behind our telephone desk. And we start the bidding here at £180,000, at 180,000, 180, 190, 190's bid, at 190,000. Next bid's 200, 200,000 we have, at 200,000. Do I have 210? 200,000 is bid, at 200,000. 200,000, 210,000 is bid, 220,000. Now at 220,000. Next bid's 230. 230's bid, 240's bid. Against you, sir, 240. Can I go 250? 250's bid. In the room now, 250,000. At 250, selling in the room at £250,000. Next bid is 260. 260's bid on the telephone. 270. 270 I have. Here on my right at 270. Next bid's 280. 270, 280's bid. 280, sir. 290. 280,000. No, thank you. It's still with Gordon then at £280,000. The bid is against you in the room. Next bid's 290. Sure? Nope. At 280,000, selling on the telephone, final time on Gordon's phone at £280,000. All done. Paddle number 22, thank you very much. Lot number 32, the François Boucher, the Capriccio View of a Mill from the European Private Collection, and we start the bidding here at £90,000, at 90,000, at £90,000, at £90,000. Do I have 95? 90,000 is bid, at £90,000. £90,000 is bid, at 90. Bidding 95,000. 95,000 is bid, at 95,000. 100,000. Now at 100,000. At 100,000. Next bid's 110. £100,000 it is. At £100,000. At £100,000. Any advance on £100,000? At £100,000 for the Boucher. At 100,000. Any more advances? At £100,000. All done. At 100,000. Fair warning for £100,000. Last at 110 at 100. On to lot 33, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius on the 15th of June 1794 by Vollard. And the bidding starts here at £70,000. At 70,000. £70,000 I have. 75,000. Now at 75. 80 online. Online now at 80 and against you on the telephones. 85,000. 85 is bid. Against you online. 85 is my bid now. 90,000. Gordon's bid at 90,000. On the telephone at 90,000. It's against you online. The bid's on the telephone at £90,000. Any advance on 95,000 online? At 95,000. 100,000. 100,000 is bid. At 100,000. 100,000. The bid is on the telephone. It's with Gordon. It's against you online. The next bid's 110. I'm selling the volcano for £100,000 on the telephone. Are you all done? Online and off at £100,000. Fair warning for £100,000. Paddle number 22. Thank you very much indeed, Gordon. Your bid. And now we move on to lot 34, the wonderful William Hogarth, Taste in High Life, or Taste à la mode, depending on whether you speak English or French. And this work from the Ivor collection, we start the bidding here at £1,500,000. £1,500,000. £1,500,000. Next bid is £1,600,000. £1,500,000 I have at £1,500,000. At £1,500,000. At £1,500,000. Any advance on £1,500,000 at £1,500,000, £1,600,000, £1,600,000 now at £1,600,000. Would you like to bid 1,700,000? £1,700,000, £1,700,000. Now £1,700,000 at £1,700,000. Next bid is £1,800,000 at £1,700,000. At £1,700,000. £1,700,000. Next bid is £1,800,000 at £1,700,000. Any advance on £1,700,000? At £1,700,000, £1,800,000, £1,800,000, £1,900,000. Sorry, £1,900,000 I have. £1,900,000 against you. £1,900,000, £2 million's bid. Eduardo's bid at £2 million. Now at £2 million. At £2 million on my right. Any advance on £2 million? I'll take £2,000,001 if you like. £2 million is bid on my right. Sorry? Are we good? I'm so delighted. £2 million. It would be awfully bad to be not good in the middle of a Hogarth. £2 million. £2 million I have. Next bid's £2,000,001. £2 million. At £2 million. Here on my right for this marvellous Hogarth at £2 million. Next bid is £2,000,001. £2 million is the bid. At selling at £2 million. It's going on my right at £2 million. At £2 million. Next bid is £2,000,001. At £2 million for the Hogarth. At £2 million. No more. For £2 million. Try one. At £2 million. At £2 million. Selling on my right on the telephone bet desk at £2 million. Next bid is £2,000,001, but I'm selling it here for £2 million. All done. Last chance, and selling for £2 million. Sold for £2 million. Paddle 12. Thank you. Lot 35, ladies and gentlemen, is the Benjamin West, Thetis bringing the armour to Achilles, shown here in front of me. And the bidding starts at 200,000, at £200,000, at 200,000, at £200,000, at 200,000. Next bid's 220. 200,000 I have. At 200,000, 220,000, 220's bid. At 220,000, 240,000 now. At 240,000, at 240,000. 240's the bid. Next bid's 260. 240 we have. At 240,000, 260,000. Now at 260. Next bid's 280. 260 we have. At 260,000. At 260,000. Any advance on 260? At 260, 280's bid in the room. 280, sir? Thank you so much. 280's the bid. It's seated here. At 280,000, and I'm selling in the room for 280,000. Next bid's 300. Here it is at 280,000, and I sell, fair warning, all done, at £280,000. Last chance for 280 and selling. It's yours, sir. Paddle 582. Thank you very much. Lot 36 is the portrait of Lady Catherine Bateson by Sir Thomas Lawrence. She's coming out to you now, presented. And the bidding starts at 150,000. 150,000. 150 is the bid. At 150,000. 150. 160. 160. 170. 170's bid. Next bid's 180. 170 we have. At £170,000. Next bid's 180. 170 is the bid. 170,000. at £170,000. At 170. Any advance on 170? At 170,000. At 170,000. Next bid's 180, 170, 180, 180 now, 180,000. At 180,000 then, at £180,000. Fair warning then for £180,000. All done at 180. Asked at 180. Lot number 37, ladies and gentlemen, is the Jacques-Louis David, the portrait of General Baron Claude-Marie Meunier, the artist's son-in-law. Here is the David showing to you here, and the bidding starts at £1,500,000, at £1,500,000, at £1,500,000. £1,500,000 is bid, at £1,500,000, £1,600,000, £1,600,000, at £1,600,000, £1,600,000, £1,700,000, now £1,700,000, at £1,700,000. 1,008,000, 1,008,000 is bid, 1,009,000, 1,009,000 against you. 1,009,000, not yours at 1,009,000. £2 million now. It's against you, I'm afraid, not yours at 2 million, 2,002,000. I have 2 million, 2,002,000, thank you. Christopher Apostle's bid at 2,002,000. Next bid is 2,004,000. 2,002,000 I have. Here on my left, 2,002,000. At 2,200,000. For 2,200,000, Christopher's bid. At £2,200,000. Any advance on 2,200,000? At £2,200,000. At 2,200,000. All done then for £2,200,000. Are you all done? Selling it on the telephone for 2,200,000. Last chance at 2,200,000. Paddle number 30, thank you so much. Lot 38. First of the wonderful paintings on marble. This is the Vicomtesse Iphigénie de Caux, née Millet de Moreau. The trompe-l'oeil is still life, and we start the bidding here at £40,000. At 40,000. At £40,000. At £40,000. £40,000 is bid. 42,000. At £42,000. At 42. Next bid's 45,000. 42 is bid. 45,000. 48,000. 50,000. Calvin's bid at 50,000. At £50,000. Any advance on 50? £50,000 it is, here on my left, at £50,000. Any more then, at 50,000. 55, 55 is bid. It's against you, Calvin. 55, 60,000, 65,000, 70,000, 70,000 against you, sir. 75, 80,000. No more. 80,000 it is on my left with Calvin at 80,000 against the bidder in the room at £80,000. Anybody else at 80,000? Next bid's 85. At £80,000, I'm selling then here on my left for 80,000. Paddle number 25, thank you very much. Lot 39, the Jan Frans van Daal, the still life with a pineapple. And the bidding starts here at 80,000, at £80,000. At 80,000, 80,000 is bid, 85,000. 85 now. Next bid is 90. 85,000 is bid. 85,000. Any advance on 85,000? At 85, 90 is bid. Eduardo is bid at 90. 90,000 I have. 95 is next. At 90,000 on my right. For £90,000. 95,000 against you. At 95,000. Not yours, Eduardo, at 95,000. 100,000 is bid. Back with Eduardo at 100,000. At £100,000. Any advance on 100? At 100,000, I'm selling on my right. Eduardo's bid for 100,000, 110 online. Online at 110. £115,000, and that leaves the online bidder open to offering 120, but 115 is the bid. And 120 is bid against you. 120,000. 130,000. Now at 130,000. Against you now online, the next bid's 140. 140 is bid. Online at 140. 140,000. No more. It's online. It's 140. Eduardo's out. I'm selling for 140,000. Fair warning. Paddle number 44 online. Thank you very much. Lot number 40, the Christian van Paul, the roses in the glass vase, painted again on marble, and 60,000 offered for this, at £60,000. At 60, 65,000. Now at 65,000. Next bid is 70. 70's bid online, 75,000 against you. Not yours online, it's 75,000 against you, I'm afraid. 80,000, ladies bid in the room, at 80. At 80,000. Any advance on 80? I'm selling them in the room at 80,000 against the online bidder. At £80,000, the bidder is in this room. 85 online. 90,000 in the room. Now at 90. 90,000. At 90,000. Not yours online, at £90,000. At £90,000. Any more then? At 90,000, and I'm selling for 90,000. It's here in the room and selling at 90. Fair warning for £90,000. Not yours online, but yours in the room at £90,000. 95 online. 100,000. Back in the room at 100,000. At 100,000. £100,000. Can I have about 110 online? At 100,000, the bidder is in this room. The underbidder is elsewhere. Possibly. 100,000. The bid in the room at 100,000 against you online at 100,000 and selling, fair warning, final time for £110,000 for £100,000. Yours, madam, paddle 584. Thank you so much. Lot 41. Second work by Christian van Paul. The Peaches. And 40,000 for this. £40,000. 40,000 is bid. 42, 42, 45, 48,000. 48,000's bid at £48,000. Next bid's 50 at 48,000. At £48,000. 48,000 is the bid. Next bid's 50 at 48,000. Bidding at 48,000. 50,000 on to Eduardo's telephone at 50. It's against you online. Next bid's 55. 50,000 I have. All done then and selling it. £50,000. Here on my right for £50,000. Are you all done? For 50,000. Final time against you online and selling at 50,000. 50, paddle number 23. Thank you. Lot 42, ladies and gentlemen, the Cornelis van Sperndonk, coming out here and offered to you at £19,000. 19,000, 20,000, £20,000 is bid. At 20,000, 22,000. Now at 22,000. At 22,000. Next bid's 24,000. 22 I have. At 22,000. Against you here, against you there. At 22. Next bid's 24. At £22,000. Against you online. At 22,000. Bidding for £22,000. Next bid is 24. For £22,000. Any advance? At 22,000. All done. At £22,000. Not yours online. At £22,000. Are you all done? Fair warning for 22,000. Passed at 22. Lot 43, the Christian van Paul, the Sprig of Roses, showing here. And the bidding opens at 30,000, 32,000, 32,000, 35,000, 35,000, at £35,000. Next bid's 38, 35,000. £35,000, 38,000, 40,000 against you. Not yours online at 40. Next bid's 42. 40,000, I've got 42,000, 44,000, 44,000 is bid. 44,000. Next bid is 46, 46,000, 48,000, 48,000. Still against you at 48,000. Next bid's 50, £48,000. Against you online at 48. Next bid's 50 at £48,000. At 48,000. 48,000. At £48,000. Not yours online. You'll have to bid again, I'm afraid, but it's at 48,000 against you. For £48,000. Any advance? At £48,000, are you all done? At 48,000. Past 48. Lot 44 is the Thomas Gainsborough. Here it is. And the bidding starts here at £170,000. 170. 170,000. At 170. 170,000, 180,000, 180,000, 190, 200,000. 200,000 is my bid on commission. 200,000 against you. 200,000. 210, but I have 220 against you. 220's bid. 220. 230,000. 240,000. 240,000. Next bid's 250. 250's bid. 250 then on Julian Gascoigne's telephone at £250,000. Next bid's 260. For 250,000. Any advance? £250,000. All done. Selling here for 250. Paddle number 13. Thank you so much. Lot number 45 is the John Constable of the study for Hampstead Heath with Rainbow. Please note this painting is displayed in a loan frame from Arnold Wiggins and Son. Should you fancy the frame, please contact a member of the Old Master Paintings Department. And we start the bidding here at £200,000. At 200,000. £200,000 is bid. At 200,000. At £200,000. At 200,000. Next bid's 220. £200,000 I have. 220,000. Thank you, sir. 240,000. 240,000 is bid. At 240,000. Next bid's 260. 260,000 now. At 260,000. Next bid's 280. At £260,000. At 260 then. Next bid's 280. For £260,000. Not yours, sir. At £260,000. 260 then. Any advance on 260? At 280 then. Online. For £280,000. Online bidder. At 280. Next bid's 300. 280 I have online. At £280,000. I'll take 290 if you like. 280 I've got. It's online. It's selling at 280. 290 is the next bid. At 280 I sell. Fair warning. All done. And sold to paddle number 29. Thank you very much. Lot 46 is the Corot from the Louis Dreyfus family collection, the group of trees at Fontainebleau. And our bidding starts here at £90,000. At 90, £90,000 is bid. At 90,000. Next bid's 95. 90,000 I have. At 90,000, 95,000, 100,000, 110,000. At 110,000. Next bid's 120. At £110,000. At 110,000. At £110,000. Are you all done? At 110,000. Selling then for 110,000. At £110,000. Against you online. At 110 then, all done, fair warning, £110,000. Sold to paddle number 31. Lot 47, first of all Victorian works, the John Roddam Spencer Stanhope, Cephalus and Procris, sold as viewed. And our bidding starts here at 100,000, £100,000. 100,000 is bid, 100, 110, 110 then, 120, 120,000. Next bid's 130 against you, sir. 120 then, at 120,000. At 120,000. At 120,000. 120 then. 120, 130, 130,000. At 130,000, 140,000. Now at 140,000. At 140. Next bid's 150. At £140,000. Any more then? At 140. Are you all done? At 140,000, fair warning. 140,000, passed. Lot number 48 is the Lord Leighton, Cleobulus instructing his daughter Cleobuline, from the collection of Sir Christopher Ondaatje. And the bidding starts on this painting by Lord Leighton at £200,000. At £200,000. £200,000. At £200,000. At £200,000. £200,000. Any advance on 200,000? At £200,000. 220,000. 220,000 bid. At 220,000. 240,000. 240,000. At 240. 240,000. 260,000. At 260 then. At 260. 260,000. At 260. 280,000. Now at 280,000. Next bid's 300,000. 280 I have. At 280,000. At £280,000. Any more? at £280,000. At 280. £280,000. Fair warning for 280. Pass at 280. Lot 49. The Vincenzo Cabianca Albani di Viareggio is sold as viewed. And we start our bidding here at 700,000, at 700,000, 750, 750,000, at 750,000 pounds, at 750 then. Any advance on 750? 800,000 with Claude Peening at 800,000 pounds then on the telephone, at 800,000 pounds, at 800,000 pounds. Any advance on 800? 800,000 pounds I have. 820 I'll take, but 800 is bid. At 800,000 pounds. Next bid would be 820. At 800,000 pounds. At 800,000. Any more at 800? At 800,000 pounds. Are we all done at 800? I'm selling then on the telephone at 800,000 pounds. At 800 with Claude at 800. Fair warning to the room. At 800,000 pounds. Are you all done for 800,000 pounds? Paddle 29, thank you so much. Lot number 50 then, we come to the Ivan Konstantinovich Ivazovsky, the Beach at Biarritz, shown here. And our bidding starts at £300,000. At 300,000. At 300,000 pounds. At 300,000 pounds. Any advance on 300,000? At 300,000, 320,000. 320,000 pounds. 320, next bid 350. 320 is bid, 350,000. At 350 now. 350,000 is bid. At 350,000. At 350, 380 now. At 380,000 pounds. 380 then. Next bid's 400. 380 is bid. At 380,000 pounds then. Fair warning. At 380 then. On commission at 380. Against this room for 380,000 pounds. Are you all done? Selling then for 380,000 pounds against this room for 380,000. Sold to paddle number 25. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow for Old Master Paintings Day Sale. We wish you a wonderful summer. Thank you and good evening.